Welcome to episode 2 of how to be more healthy and how to live a more healthy lifestyle. In episode 1, we were looking at dietary advice, we were looking at sleep hygiene and sleep quality, and we were looking at exercise. In episode 2 today, we're going to be looking at how to look after your mental health and your well-being, as well as looking at alcohol intake and how too much alcohol can have a negative effect on your health and how to reduce your alcohol intake, and as well as smoking and lots more. Now, even though I've split this video into 2 parts, it is going to be quite a long video and I understand that. So if you want any specific information at any point in the video, feel free to click on that description below. I've chaptered it, I've indexed it, so you can find the specific information you want, click on it and watch it. However, I would always recommend that you watch the entire video. Let's begin. Now, something that can be massively overlooked when we're talking about living a healthy lifestyle and being more healthy is our mental health and well-being. Sometimes we can have a significant life event which can lead to poor mental health, our poor mood, reducing our mood, and sometimes stresses and anxiety of our day-to-day activities can drop our mood, can make us feel more anxious, and reduce our overall mental health and well-being. Now, everyone is different and there's a variety of different factors that can affect our mental health. However, the most important thing that you need to remember is we need to look after our mental health and well-being. Just like we look after ourselves by doing physical activity, we need to look at our mental health as well. So the next question is, well, what can we do to look after our mental health? Well, I'm going to tell you, the first thing that we need to do is acknowledge our mental health and understand when it's starting to drop, understand when our mood is starting to go lower. A good thing to do is just to think to yourself, what are the causes? What's causing your mood to drop a bit? And knowing when it's dropping past that threshold, and also knowing when to speak to someone about your mental health, not letting it get too low and dip too low and thinking that you can't get any help. So always keeping an active monitoring status, if you want to call it that, of your mental health and well-being, and if you notice a deterioration, to get help. Now, creating a mood diary can be a really good way to do this, and there's lots of apps available, or you can use a good old-fashioned pen and paper, or even the notes on your phone to do the job. Moving on to tip number 2, we need to connect with people. Look, as human beings, we need social interaction. This is massively important, whether it's via text, whether it's via telephone, or even better, face-to-face, going out for a meal, going out for a coffee, going out for a walk, going out for a little hike together. All these things can really help our mental health. They can help keep our mood stable. You can talk to people that you trust, your friends, your family, whoever it is, someone that you're very close to, and they know you well as well. They can also be very helpful for that, for noticing when your mood is dropping and telling you when to get help. So all of this comes in together. Moving on to tip number 3, it's all about keeping your mind active with hobbies, with sports, whatever you do. You need to keep yourself active to help keep your confidence up and to keep your self-esteem, which is overall going to help our mental health and well-being. Now, there's many ways to do this, and it can be as simple as watching an online tutorial, reading a recipe book, or gardening, starting a DIY project, or enrolling on a college course. Find something that suits you, that you're interested in, and schedule it and do something that makes you happy. And moving on to tip number 4, I've kept this one last, and the last one is living a healthy lifestyle. And I know this video is all about that, but living a healthy lifestyle can massively affect our mental health, our mental well-being, and those sort of things that we're doing already that we've discussed in this video. Having a healthy diet, exercising regularly, having a good sleep schedule, sleep hygiene that we spoke about earlier, and the stuff that we're going to talk about in this video as well, alcohol intake, smoking, and many other things as well. Now, sometimes hearing all of this can be quite overwhelming, but please remember, you don't have to do it all at once. You can do it slowly, you can do it to what suits you, but the most important thing is, please do seek help from a healthcare professional. If you do feel like your mood is low, if you feel like you're struggling, speak to someone, get some help. I will leave loads more information about this as well in the description below, loads more articles, and there's also quite a few charities as well, mental health charities, which I'll leave links to as well, which can be very, very helpful. Now, when it comes to living a healthy life and being more healthy, smoking is one of the worst things that we can do for our lifestyle, for our health. Now, if you do smoke, please continue watching this bit. If you don't smoke, feel free to fast forward to the next chapter. Now, smoking harms nearly every organ in the body and is the leading cause of premature death in the UK. It increases the risk of cancer, increases your risk of heart and lung disease, infertility, diabetes, dementia, and chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. And people who do quit smoking find that they can breathe easier, they're more energetic, their skin looks better, they look younger, they can taste food better, their nails are better. Everything starts to improve. And if you do quit smoking, it not only allows you to have a healthy life, but others around you as well, because they won't be getting that secondhand smoke that we all know about. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail about how to quit smoking and all of the other benefits that are associated with quitting smoking. I do have a video all about this topic. It's quite a long video. We go through the different techniques to quit smoking, who to get support from, who to get help from, and how to do it properly. If you are interested, if you want to make this change, if you're ready to make this change and you do smoke, please feel free to watch that video. I will leave a link to it up here and in the description below. Now, moving on to the next step of living a more healthy lifestyle, and that is reducing your alcohol intake. Look, the effects of alcohol can be quite immediate on the body. It can increase your heart rate, it can cause dehydration, and if you have too much of it too quickly in a short period, it can actually be poisonous. And as well as the short-term effects, regularly drinking too much alcohol can have long-term effects too, such as increasing the risk of high blood pressure, liver disease, pancreatitis, strokes, dementia, infertility, and 7 different types of cancer. So to reduce these risks, it's recommended that you do not drink more than 14 units of alcohol per week, and ideally spread it over at least 3 days. And in addition to that, have at least a few days of alcohol-free days per week. This is really important, the alcohol-free days, and spreading your alcohol consumption as well. And reducing your alcohol intake can lead to better sleep, better mood, weight loss, reduced heartburn and indigestion, and loads more benefits. And I know for some people, alcohol intake has become a routine for them in the evenings, on the weekends, but making little changes slowly can also have benefits, and I'm going to discuss this with you next. So tip number 1 is all about knowing your limits. Like I mentioned earlier, it's recommended that both men and women drink no more than 14 units regularly a week. So this is equivalent to 6 pints of beer or 6 medium glasses of wine. Now, different drinks have different alcohol contents, which can vary from brand to brand. So a really useful way to keep track of what you're drinking is to use an app or a unit calculator. There's quite a few different examples, which I will leave links to in the description below. Moving on to tip number 2, it's all about planning ahead. Let's say, for example, a certain day of the week, on a Wednesday, you have a really stressful day. You know that your Wednesdays are your stressful days, and when you come back from home, you'd like to have some alcohol, you'd like to have a beer, a few cans of beer, whatever you may have. So, plan ahead. Think to yourself, okay, this week, this Wednesday, because I know I'm going to have a stressful day, I'm going to try something different to relieve my stress. I'm not going to drink. Instead, I'm going to go for a run maybe. I'm going to do some yoga. I'm going to do some stretches. I'm going to go for a little hike. All of these things can be as effective, if not more effective, for stress relief than drinking the alcohol. And this small little change is going to be the stepping stone that you require. Moving on to tip number 3. Another option which you may find useful is swapping to non-alcoholic beers or beverages that you like. They usually have less calories and they don't have the high amounts of alcohol, which can be dangerous for you. This is another option to consider. And lastly, tip number 4, please do remember, if you are struggling with your alcohol intake, if you're very stressed, if you're struggling to stop and it's affecting your relationship, it's affecting your friendships, please do seek help. Nobody will judge you. Healthcare professionals are there to help, so please seek help. Speak to your healthcare professional. Speak to your local organizations, which I will leave links to in the description below for more help and information. So that's the end of part 2 on how to live a healthy lifestyle, how to be more healthy. I really hope you found this information helpful. Please do remember, however, if you're struggling with anything, whether it's your mental health, whether it's smoking, whether it's alcohol intake, speak to someone. Don't leave it till it's too late. Speak to your healthcare professional and get some advice and help. I really do hope that this information helps you. If you have any of your own tips, please do leave some comments below because I'd love to read it, and I'm sure everyone else would love to read it too. Another thing that I want to mention is if you notice anything that's different about your body or how you feel, again, speak to a healthcare professional. You know yourself better than everyone else. So if you notice anything that's unusual, just speak to a healthcare professional. That is the most important thing. Always remember you're awesome, and I will see you next week. Hey guys, thanks for watching this week's video. Make sure to click that like, follow or subscribe button now to stay up to date with new weekly videos.